you wanted to have the source file of the previous recordings. So I'm gonna do this today. I'm gonna re-download everything and give you access to a Google Drive so you can play with all the recordings and stuff.
Sweet. Yeah, because
Um,
I have a clipper, my VA. She's a clipper. She can clip it up for us,
all right, all
So
right, all right. I love that. I love that. This
all
is
right,
this is also. Go ahead, go ahead.
let me stream this. I'm gonna stream this to my audience.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot that. I forgot that. Yeah. Let me
I'm
share.
gonna
Let me
call
share.
this one. We're live now, but I'm gonna call this one sales and market. What are we calling this one? The
Sales and
all right,
marketing for startups. Yeah,
okay, all right.
sales and marketing strategy for startups. Um,
And I'm gonna call it the Ronin Report. You
yes,
like
I
that?
love it.
Okay, okay, okay. All right, I'm gonna stream to LinkedIn and X. So here we go.
Here we go.
All right, we're live.
I love it. We're so live.
All right, welcome everybody. This is Justin R. Friesels French and my good buddy Riley Giles here. We're getting set up here. It's a Friday. Great to have you aboard. Please get your questions ready. We're going to be covering some great topics, sales and marketing, for startups. It's your favorite topic. Again, the ultimate business driver is sales and marketing. You can have a great product, you can have great service, those are wonderful things, but ultimately at the end of the day, what really drives revenue is sales and marketing. And just to be very clear, you can have 1,000 leads, but if you can't close any of those leads, then you don't have a business. So that's where sales comes in. And the simplest analogy I like to reference is marketing is getting the horse to water, and sales is getting the horse to drink water. So really important that you understand the differences. And then as a pro tip, which I just shared earlier on my space this morning, there's really three different types of traffic generation. There's, your standard traffic generation, then there's lead generation, and then there's demand generation. These are three different strategies, right? These are three completely different strategies that you have to focus on, and getting the right quality traffic is really important, right? Really important. You can get 1 million visitors to your website tomorrow. I'll give them to you. I know the sources to do that, but they may not be the right quality of people that fit your ICP for your products and services. Now that's a little more challenging. That's where you have to really niche down. So yeah, let's go back over to you, Riley. This is your show. So but yeah, great to be here with you. Happy Friday, man.
Very happy Friday to you. I beg to differ. I think Friday is our show. It's really this blend with spices between what you're doing and what we're doing. So no worries. This is mi casa es su casa, as we say.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there anything you want to talk about today?
Yeah, just the main thing is, and it got brought up on my space earlier this morning, is, you know, how to get people to really understand what you do, and if you're going to be a good fit for them, that sometimes you have to reframe what you do in a way that makes sense for them. So let me give you an example. Um, let's say I'm talking to a prospect and they work at a auto mechanic shop and they're looking for leads, right? So the way I can explain it to them in their language that they'll understand is, look, think of it like this, Jim. You're looking for leads. When people bring in their cars to fix it, you have to diagnose their car, right? Yes, Justin, I have to diagnose their car. I got to figure out what's going on under the hood, spark plugs, brake lines, all this stuff, right? So I reframe it to them. I say, well, same thing with marketing, Jim. I got to open up the hood of your marketing. I have to go in and look at your tech stack. I got to diagnose what's really wrong and where revenue is leaking, why these ads aren't converting. So the same thing that you do with cars, I have to do the same thing with your revenue engine. And that's how I position it in a way that makes sense for them. Because you can beat yourself, keep beating your head against the wall. And no matter what you do, it doesn't matter until it matters to them in their way that they reframe things. This is really important. Katie she was in the community today. She had another reference that went to this point. Someone that's in fitness, that they didn't get it, and then it's like when you reframe it in a fitness analogy, then it's like, oh, I get it now. I get what you do. So you have to relate to people in things that they relate to. Another thing for tech founders that's really helpful is think of it as you're putting on your doctor hat, right? You got to put on your doctor hat. You have your stethoscope. You have to really diagnose their business when it comes to AI workflows, all these different tech solutions. You got to be able to diagnose for their business, hey, can this tool be a solution for your business? And you have to become a doctor, right? Essentially. And that's cross industry. It doesn't matter what industry that you're in, you must become a doctor to be able to diagnose, and then you can offer the solution. And I've had instances where I looked at a prospect, he wanted me to analyze his funnel, okay? And I said, okay, well, I'll analyze it. It's going to be this price. And he's like, yeah, no problem. So he paid the invoice. I get money up front. I do my analysis. And then guess what? I didn't find much wrong with things. He was already doing great numbers. It was beating benchmarks in that industry for him. And I told him, I was like, look, there's not much I can do here. Your Facebook ads are working. You're getting conversions. You're getting people to show up. But he's like, you know what, Justin, dig deeper. I want you to attend one of my webinars. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. No problem. He's paying me $600 an hour. So I'm going to do whatever he wants. So I attend his webinar, and I recognize, you know what, he's stretching 2 hours of material in 1 hour. And I'm like, you know what, you need to make this a 2-part series so you can make sure you get the serious people onto the second one. And so you're not overwhelming them with information all at once. And then I restructured some of his communications, the follow-up communications. And guess what ended up happening? His results improved from that exercise. So my
That
point is, look, yeah, go ahead.
that's a super cool thing, and I want to rebound to that, and you can build on top of that. I also see this a lot as a mistake with tech founders or any kind of first time founders when they are building content, whether it's ads or webinars or like posts they put out there or YouTube videos. They tend to think, let me give, this famous lie, give as much value as possible. The thing is, if you get people in a webinar for 1 hour and you give them 10 hours worth of content, you're just filling their stomach with such a heavy meat that it's going to be extremely hard to digest. I know a guy who's extremely famous France public speaker. He talks about crazy things, and he learned from his mentor, and he said you should consider a piece of content or a speaking event like tapas. Do you know tapas? You know this,
Yes, yes.
right? So
Tapas, yes.
what's the point of tapas? When you go to a bar, especially like in the Latino world, when you go to a bar, you order your beer and they give you little bites to eat. But they give you bites. They don't give you full platters. The reason why they give you bites is because A, it's a bit salty, so you wanna you wanna hydrate yourself, right? To counter the stuff. But the other thing is they want you to experience a portion of something so you can say, whoa, what was that thing that I just had? Wow, I love it. Give me a full plate of it. So the tapas is like getting your mouth energized so you want more, but doesn't get your stomach filled so you say, no, 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 I'm full. Stop it. And a lot of mistakes I've seen with webinars is that they give so much value out that people they bloated with value, they bloated with content, and they're like, man, I need 3 months to digest that. I'll get back to you. No, no, they should leave the webinar with, I'm hungry for more. What you gave me, spot on. I love it. It opened my mind. It opened my eyes. I want more. What do you
Yeah.
think about that?
Yeah, no, that's you've mentioned it before on another live that we did. It's like if someone's full, they're not going to eat another steak, right? Like that really rang true to me. It's like, they're already full. You already gave them what they needed. So it's like you're not going to keep just throwing information value at them when it's like I'm already full, right? Like I don't need any more. So this is why uh, the tapas is a great analogy there, because it's like you've whet their appetite, you got them excited, this is great, and then it's like they want more. And the same applies to business, right? This is why we have low, mid, and high ticket offers for this exact reason. Once you start getting more results working with Riley, and he's coaching you and he's helping you close deals, you're going to want to work with him more because you're bringing in more revenue, right? Same thing with me. When clients work with me, they bring in more revenue and then they want to do more, right? They're like, what else can we do together, Justin? Well, we can do SEO. You want to tackle some SEO? You want to, limit your paid ads, because otherwise you're going to have to keep spending ads on paid ads forever. And the second you stop spending, you lose your business, right? So it's like we want to, offer additional services that can help them sustain. And so, yeah, it's just like having that menu of items that people can choose to where they're at in their journey, right? Where they're at in their journey. And everyone's at different levels, right? Everyone's at different levels. So just making sure that you're catering the right content that's digestible and action oriented, right? Even if it's just one thing, right? There's a book called One Thing, right? It's like, what is that one thing that you're known for that people can get excellent results from? And then you just really lock in on that one thing. And that's something I'm working on now with my newest offer, Riley, you'll love it, is retargeting ads. So I'm going to build in the next year $1 million business just with retargeting ads. Okay, you heard it here live, guys. Okay, so I've had this on my mind for over 2 years, probably 3 years, and now I'm finalizing the offer and I'm putting together the plan, because I run an agency. Clients get great results through my agency, but I'm really just going to focus on retargeting ads. That's all I'm going to do in this vertical. Why? Because retargeting ads are the lowest cost per acquisition, especially if companies are running ads already. They most likely don't, they're not running retargeting ads, or they're not running them correctly. And so this is where I come in. So yeah, go for it, Riley.
Can you just explain retargeting ads for people who have no idea what that is?
Yeah, so retargeting ads, the easiest way to understand it is, let's say you visit Riley's website, and Riley has a pixel on that website that was given to him by Facebook. And so now Facebook knows that, and it's anonymous, of course, but it knows that, hey, this person, visited Riley's website and we gave him a pixel. And so now when that person goes to Facebook, they're going to see an ad from Riley, and it's going to say, hey, don't forget about the startup kitchen. So that's retargeting ads. And you can do that for Facebook. You can do that for Google ads and, many other things. So that's one form of retargeting ads. And then the other one is, let's say you have an email list of customers who have visited your website and bought. This is my favorite one. Let's say they've already bought your products and services, right? They've already paid and they're a customer. Well, I take those buyers, I upload them to Facebook, and then I create what's called a lookalike audience. Now, Facebook can, target those people that already bought from you. So there's a higher likelihood that they'll buy from you next season, right? So if you do like a seasonal product, you can relaunch exactly to those people. But what's more interesting is the lookalike audience, which I want more buyers, and here's what the buyers look like. So create me a list of other buyers, and this is low hanging fruit, right? These are people that are much more highly uh, uh, potentially interested in signing up, because they're that lookalike audience of buyers, right? There's browsers and there's buyers. There's two different types of traffic. There's buyers and there's browsers. I like buyers. I'm sure everyone watching this loves buyers as well. So those are two forms of retargeting ads that I'm going to be specializing in for my clients, because number one, it's something that we're really good at, me and my team. And number two, it's something that I see a lot of companies missing out on opportunities, whether it's configured wrong, or it's broken, or they don't have the right attribution set up, or they just or they're not doing it, right? They're doing paid ads, but then they totally forgot about retargeting. I see it all the time. So your biggest assets that you have as a business is your email list of buyers and your digital assets that you own. And so, so I'm going to be leaning heavy on this. So stay tuned, Riley. Again, this is going to be $1 million business in 2 years. That's my goal, just on retargeting ads. That's it. That's the business model. So please rip it apart, Riley. Rip me apart. I'm ready for it.
Love it, love it. Will do. Let's definitely schedule a video just to discuss about that because today is really the introduction of the stuff. But I gotta say, you got me excited because I took my exciting glasses. I had to switch my glasses, and you know what it means. If I switch my glasses, that means we're on to something. No, no, I love it. I love it. You identified an opportunity, and see if you can just dive fully into it. Ads is definitely gonna be a major player in the future, more and more. So curious to see how it goes. Very curious to see how it goes.
And now ChatGPT has ads too. Just so you know, so that just started rolling out. So there's some people that I know. I'm on the wait list to experiment with that, but we're moving to this zero click environment, right? You've heard about this, I'm sure, where it's like now the AI overview searches that are coming up in Google, for example, it's just giving people what they want and they're not even going to websites. So overall, if you look at the numbers, overall click through rates are down, and also traffic is down because of these AI summary overviews that are popping up. So how do we navigate that? And so now you just have to make sure that your brand, and everything starts with brand more than ever now. If you don't have a solid brand, a trustworthy brand, you're going to have a challenge. And so start with your personal brand, and then obviously your company brand. But yeah, like brand building is really important, especially for the AI overviews and the AI search results, because that's what's ultimately trustworthy, the trustworthiness of your brand, as opposed to long tail keywords, stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, we are switching to a world of agents. So we're gonna interact less and less with a search engine. Agents are gonna be mostly the new interface to our access to information, knowledge, product, and services. And agents don't behave the way we behave. They don't scroll on a page per se, right? They quickly scan through the keywords, they look at the metadata and these kind of things. And so preparing ourselves for this new kind of interface is going to be crucial for most businesses. And I believe there is a huge business opportunity to whoever who can provide those services to small businesses, small local businesses, because I can tell you every time I open a Google map or Apple Maps in North America, there's not that many businesses referenced in the Google Maps or the Apple Maps. When it's referenced, there's 10, 20, 30% probability that the information is outdated. Some of them don't even have websites, some of them don't have booking links. And so imagine these folks at the age of agents are completely gonna disappear. They're gonna be dark web. It's not unindexed, but they're gonna be dark web. So there's a lot of business opportunities to bring to these people, and agent is definitely gonna be a good chunk of it.
Yeah, the agentic workforce is here. And in all honesty too, at a basic level, like I find myself using Perplexity to do like some research stuff for me. I'm using Claude at the same time. I'm also using Strawberry browser. I'm also, doing stuff on uh HeyGen. I'm doing my HeyGen video avatars, and I'm also using ClickUp, and as these these models become more and more connected, and they're really like your operating system now. So I'm connecting up. I just had a big win last week. You'll love this, Riley. where now I get my content from Claude, and then I tell Claude in the chat, I say, go ahead and schedule that to buffer for me.
Oh,
And it does it. And it does it because I did the connector between buffer and Claude. So yeah, and speed is everything. Like I'm doing 2 months of work for clients in 2 days, and then they want more of my time. They're like, "Wow, Justin, like this is incredible." Like with Lovable and Claude, I got them all on Lovable and Claude now, and ClickUp, and yeah, they're doing 2 months of work in 2 days now, right alongside me, and it's exciting. We move quick, but it's fun, and we're getting results. Right, that's what it's all about. And you can quickly put something out there, test it. Is it getting the result and outcome I'm looking for? Boom, yes. And then we just continue to build and iterate and improve from there. So, but shout out to Michael Dolly. He created a new Ronin song that I just uploaded. So yeah, the playlist is growing. So thank you, Michael, for that. Shout out to Michael. He's one of my uh, good ex friends and in spaces a lot. So yeah, good to see you, Michael. Oh, you're muted, Riley. You're muted. Yep.
yeah. I was saying I love this. This is a short episode because we in the middle of a lot of stuff, but we wanted to make sure that we get people their weekly dose of the samurai and running fusion. That's how we need to find a name for this segment. But yeah, small show. So what I want to finish with, because we have a couple of minutes left, is eventually brainstorm in public with what kind of topics and things we could do in the future episodes, because we definitely gonna double down on this format. We love the fact that people can ask us questions, they can see us. It's free consultation in public, right? And people should leverage that. It's masterminds and master classes in public. So what are the kind of topics that you'd love to address during those future sessions?
Yeah. So, obviously sales and marketing related, and I think even more so sales, because, I see a lot of founders challenged with this, as I'm sure you have this challenge as well, Riley, is, people need to become more comfortable and more savvy with their sales conversations. And if you don't like the word sales, just reframe it to serving, right? Like, hey, I'm serving here, like I'm serving people. And look, we can't serve the people who don't want to be served, right? So there's certain people out there, they're having conversations, they're saying, hey, I'm struggling with this, right? On Reddit, hey, I'm struggling with this. Great. Well, get in there, answer some questions, and then you develop trust and you become helpful. We talked about this on the space this morning. You have to be helpful, right? As long as people see you as being helpful, they'll you know you'll get their attention, and then they'll actually care, and then you can continue the conversation. And then it's like, oh, Riley, what does that work look like with working with you, like one-on-one? Or I'd love to get more coaching support from you. And then Riley has this offer, and that's the progression. So people need to get more comfortable with selling, with serving, and putting their offers out there, having more conversations. And I had a hot take today that I signed off with today, and I kind of just came up with it on the fly. Show me commitment, and I'll show you more revenue. Because people are not committed. Okay, people are not committed. I don't mean dabbling. I don't mean 1 foot in, 1 foot out. No, if you're committed and you have the right environment, you will get the revenue. And
Yeah.
we've been hosting spaces for a year and a half, Riley, on X, Monday through Friday, a year and a half. Okay, not 1 month, not 1 year, a year and 6 months, Monday through
Daily,
Friday.
every single day,
Yes.
6:45 Pacific. See,
And even in my absence, I've had someone step in for me to keep the momentum going. Andy, he's been great. Christelle's been great. And yeah, it's all about, creating an environment where people can show up, support each other, mastermind, grow, level up, ask questions. As Riley said, like we're here to answer questions on these Friday space live shows as well. So get your questions ready for next week. What are you struggling with right now? What's holding you back? What are your blockers? And leave us those questions so we can, even ahead of time, so we can prepare and have some bullet points, even some a slide that can help address some of these.
Absolutely, like you did in the past. The we have about a minute left. The things that I want to do with you in the future episodes is tear down some offers, tear down some ads, eventually tear down some content, because a lot of people are making classic mistakes in their content, their offers, and in their content. Sorry, I probably said that twice, but you got me. So that people can get tactical insights on these kind of things. And we won't be able to do it for everyone, but the lucky winners we're gonna benefit from that, and hopefully this is gonna help you guys and serve you guys. Justin, to end this session today was a short one, but we had a couple of viewers. People just jumped in really quickly. I love that. What are the 4 questions that we need to ask ourselves at the end of our lives?
Well, before that, I do want to,
Okay,
if I can plug something, is that
go
okay?
ahead. Of
Okay.
course.
So I just redid my personal brand site, and I'd really love some feedback from you guys on, how it is, what things I can improve on. So it's just justinrfrench.com, justinrfrench.com. That's my personal brand site. I had to do a makeover on it, and I used Claude and Lovable, and I knocked it out in about 3 hours. So I would love any feedback on, how the site looks, how it navigates, the content, look and feel. Would appreciate any feedback. Definitely looking for some feedback on that. But yeah, I mean, we should all have a personal brand website. I encourage everyone to have one. Mine was a bit dated. It was like 2, 3 years, out of date. And so I took it upon myself. And then I even was proud of myself to even go on the back end of Bluehost and set up my a record and my whatever I need to do there. It walked me through it. It's been a little bit. It's been a while since I've gotten that technical, right? But once a techie, always a techie. And so I got through it, and I was able to connect up my domain to Lovable directly. So that's justinrfrench.com. Check it out. Let me know your feedback, guys. Would really appreciate it. And just remember, guys, go ahead, Riley.
Let me quickly rebound to that and get to the 4 questions. So for your website, I
Hmm.
want to offer you something. I don't know
Okay.
if you know, but people watching here don't know. I've been a UX engineer for 15 years, so engineer plus UX designer, and ergonomics, usability is my jam. I've done this for so many years. So what we can do in a future episode, you and we're gonna share screen your website, and I'm gonna roast it for you for free.
Oh
This is
wow,
a
I love it.
350. This is a $350 worth of roasting.
Okay, let's
my,
do
my
it,
gift to
man.
you, Justin.
Yes.
Okay,
That's a generous gift, Riley. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank
my
you.
pleasure. My pleasure.
And and listen, I want to make it known here publicly that I'm going to join your school community after I close my next client. So I should be closing a client in the next, week or two. So I'm going to become a member of your startup kitchen community on school. So it's just a small gesture to say thank you, and to continue our relationship and working together and collaborating. And but yeah, I love what you're building. I love what you do, and I'm a big fan. And so yeah, just I got to close one more, one more deal here, Riley, and I'm in. Okay, so just bear with me. I appreciate your patience.
My pleasure. And if I can do anything to help you close that deal, let me know, because I you discover that I have a little bit of a sales skill. I don't really
Yes.
advertise it that much, but yeah, absolutely,
And you
absolutely.
should advertise it more, Riley. I'm going to tell you right now. Like,
I
listen,
will.
yes, you got to advertise that more, man. I got some ideas that I'll share with you on the back channel.
Love it.
But
Love it.
yes,
Justin, we
yeah,
have to drop. So if you can tell us what are the 4 questions that we need to ask ourselves at the end of our lives.
yeah, guys. Thank you for tuning in to this episode with Riley and Justin. And just remember, at the end of our lives, we'll ask ourselves 4 simple questions: Did I live? Did I love? Did I matter? And did I make a difference? Until next time, keep making a difference. Build that mind, build that body, build that business, build that bank account. But most importantly, build that legacy. So stay healthy, stay hungry, and stay humble. And we'll see you guys at the top. Much love.
Boom.